Hello everyone, and welcome to my talk. And today I will tell you about how to get rid of boring stuff in your daily job and empower yourself and spend the time only for something which is important for you. All right, but before we get started, I'm an Android engineer at Bolt, and my name is Aleksandr. And I'm based in Tallinn, Estonia. And I'm, from time to time, Android GD as well. So previously, I worked in such a companies Alibaba, Yandex, and currently I'm working at Bolt, as I said before. So, and a small interaction here, all right? Please raise your hand who is already using the Copilot here in that room. OK, not that many people, but some of them. OK, nice. Have you maybe already heard about the recent hype of the AI tools that was also announced in the Google I/O this year, right? Like AI, like generative AI, stuff like this. And AI is everywhere at the moment. So, and it is something that we could get profit from. And I want to show you how to get something important. And yeah, good question. Who is already afraid all this AI future? Will it take all the world or not? Raise your hand. OK, some of the people afraid. So, but small spoiler, just relax, because actually currently the AI tools is not that it's not that promising at the moment, and yeah, probably will not that promising the next at least multiple many years in advance. OK, so, but first, before we're getting started, I just wanted to announce that not all the views and opinions presented are my own, because some of the code that I will show you was generated by Copilot, and even not mine. The second one, any parallels to something existing in your maybe projects or the open source, it's purely coincidental, because it's AI. And please always respect the intellectual property of all the rights, all the parties, and your employer and the others. And also, please, if you want to use this tool after my talk, ask your employer, internal IT or info security team, are you even able to use it or not? Because some of the companies don't even allow employees to use something that is generated on top of the AI. All right, so the agenda, right? And the first, we will just take a look what is this GitHub Copilot is, that I was title of my talk was presented, and all the capabilities of this tool. And second one, I will show you how to speed up your initial setup of your new project. I will show the small video demos, snippets, how to improve the output from the GitHub Copilot. The second one, I will show you the best use cases that you could potentially and practically apply to your daily job to speed up yourself. And also, we will talk about the issues and the limitations that comes if you're using the GitHub Copilot. And then last but not the least, the AI ethics that comes with this topic as well, because it is something that is not that clear for you. And yeah, conclusion, it's just a final round. All right. First, the facts and the capabilities. What is the essentially GitHub Copilot is? The first, it's kind of smart assist tool for your code, for your IDE, that gives you after completions more than that you're actually having at your IntelliJ or where you're actually writing your code, whatever. The second one is that it's essentially plugin for your IDE. You could just install it, and you could use it as a pluggable tool. And it also supports wide range of the languages. It's not only about the Android or Kotlin or Java. It also provides you ability to generate the smart after completion for Golang or C++ or even Rust and the Dart as well. I'm especially using the Dart to learn how to write the code in Flutter. It's really cool. Okay, and also it's, as I said previously, it's a AI-powered generation tool. It's based on top of the massive amount of the data that was trained by like machine learning, and it suggests the snippets based on the like essentially huge, like something that is getting the model. Okay, how does it work? That's a good question. It's super easy. As I said, you could just install the IDE plugin and you ready to go. It essentially operates in the background. What does it mean? It somehow tries to analyze your current open source code file in your IDE and the recent ones as well. It works like, I feel like it works mostly as a LRU cache. And it operates on the background by analyzing something that you recently opened. And it provides you context-sensitive suggestions. What does it mean? It means that if you have something around in your code base that you currently opened and you're looking at, it will, if you start typing something, it will try to understand your current context that you're trying to write the code for. And it generates the functions, and even though the whole classes, what does it mean? If you correctly describing something that you want to have after completed, you will even get the whole class instead just a function. But it's arguably bad quality, I would say. Okay, and it's also adapts to your coding patterns. It means that it tries to understand, actually, how you are writing the code. It even tries to understand the spaces that you put, I don't know, indents you put between the lines of the code, line breaks amount, or even the logging functions that you put between your code execution parts. And it tries to create the even new functions with this mind in the background. Before something important, we start through the fun facts. The fun facts is that the Copilot was trained about the 700 million lines of the code around all the internet, which means it's open source, it's public APIs that you're able to find in the internet, and it also Stack Overflow as well. And it also learns your code style. As I said, it means that based on your code base that you already have, or even trying to start writing something new, it tries to adapt to your coding patterns. And it's easy to learn the new languages. I'm personally learned 2 languages, not to learn, but at least I understand how to write the code in at least 2 languages, Golang and in a Dart as well. And it's super cool to, instead of going through all the documentations, you're just creating the simple function with your prompt in a Copilot. You understand the basics, I don't know, how the mathematics works, how the basics of the syntax of this language works. It's super useful in that case. And yeah, last but not the least, the AI humor, because actually it's total trash sometimes. You watching the result that it outputs for you, that suggests for you, and this code makes you laugh because it doesn't make any sense sometimes. Okay, so important stuff. Yeah, let's figure out how to set up new project with the Copilot, how to simplify your life in that way. And yeah, what I will do, I will try to create some, simple open weather API app. It is essentially not a whole app, but will try to do to complete that way to finalize something. And yeah, one of the things is that what's the things you could do with the new project stuff? What's the useful stuff? First one, you could easily initialize and set up all the Gradle dependencies that you have to. That is a boring stuff that you need to go to Maven Central, then the copy and paste, all this stuff. And there's maybe multiple, maybe tens of lines of the dependencies that you need to add in your new project. Yeah, and it's also useful and helpful with the initial graph initialization, and all the definition of some of the basics that you want to have in your project. And also the network API setup, also useful. Like something like retrofit or OKHTTP, it's kind of good. Yeah, let's jump into the Gradle dependencies first. I will show you in a small video, like sample, how to get all the dependencies that I wanted to have in your new freshly project. So here I'm added the prompt. As you can see, add following dependencies as implementation scope. It's a JSON, it's OKHTTP, it's retrofit, it's a coroutines, it's HILT, and it's a JSON converter. So, and I'm breaking the line, and I see that it tries to suggest you the JSON. Okay, I will apply this suggestion, and we'll go through all the line breaks, one by one. And it will create for you all the necessary lines that you need to add manually, but here you're getting it automatically because you already defined in the comment section that is what is actually important for you to add. And yeah, as you can see, it's also added the HILT Android compiler, but it initially tries to add it as implementation scope, but I have to change it to the KAPT. Yes, it's not that 100% clever solution in the tool. We're in the real world and real life, and yeah, something that you need to sometimes tweak and adjust and keep in mind it, please, because like if you like try to rely 100% in that tool, it will probably break your life even more. Okay, so what you can see here, that is a lot of like something that is yellowish, right? It means that this dependency is outdated, right? It's easy to fix. As you probably may know, in IntelliJ and the Android Studio, we already have kind of fast snippet that you're able to like, change the dependencies to the most recent ones. And this problem is fixed in a minute. Okay, these things, good, smooth. The next one, I want to set up the DI graph and the network API call. So, and I need to create, you know, like something that is essentially about the singleton dependency graph that I defined in the dependencies section, but now I need to like instantiate everything around. Okay, here is the like prompt for creating the HILT graph for dependency injection with following modules that I wanted to define: JSON, OKHTTP, retrofit, and stuff that I wanted to. And yeah, I just break the line. I have a module installed on as a singleton component, and then I break the line inside the object. And we will wait a bit. Boom. After that, you're getting something basic that you need to have. And even it tries to define the API of Open Weather Map, and it's cool. And it also added all the necessary mappers that I need to have, that I already have in a project. But we will discuss about this later. But yeah, as I described in the prompt at the top of the class, it's generated for me everything that I wanted to. So, and also you could just describe something abstract for you. As I described it here, it's a regular expression that you wanted to add as a dependency. And I don't even know right now what's the regex it should be here, but I need this regular expression, so I could do that. Okay, here is the initial, like, at least working project part setup. What is the next one? The next one, I will provide you the best use cases that I've learned during the usages, during my usage of the GitHub Copilot, and I'm using it every day. I'm mostly get rid of the routines. Which is first, it's a network or domain layer data classes generation. It's a super boring stuff for me. I don't know, guys, about you, but I'm feeling every time I need to add some API call, I feel that I'm not super eager to describe all the fields, you know, and especially if you don't have like any like open API like generation stuff, you could create some data classes that is useful for you in your project by using the Copilot. Also useful for creation the mappers for converting something, just for instance, the network models to the main layer ones, and even UI layer as well. And it's useful for creating the utility functions just by describing the signature and the regular expression. I mean, regular expression. Like by prompt, you could create something that is you describing in the comment section, and it will generate something that is at least fits to your needs. Okay, the first one, the data classes. It's an interesting one. What do you need to do? You need to create the comment section, the huge one, and describe. You need to create a data class hierarchy, and all the fields shall be serialized name with the following JSON response. And you're just dropping your JSON response, or even you could drop, I don't know, like message from the Slack with your backend engineer that is describe something for you, just here. And then to define all the classes, properties should be camel case. Then you wait a bit, boom, it's create for you the response. But it's only top level. And then you need to put the curly brackets afterwards and break the line as well, and wait a bit. Yeah, and it's create all the nested hierarchy for you. And even, as you can see, feels like camel case in the Kotlin property data class. So I will accept this suggestion, and it should probably work just fine. And yeah, it's done by just dropping some of description. It's not even JSON. It's also Swagger that you could like just copy and paste, or as I said, even stupid Slack message. We just, for instance, in the bold have kind of RFC that is describing all the models in TypeScript. I'm super lazy to copy and paste all the field names and types right at them manually. I'm just copying and paste the TypeScript data class description in or RFC in the GitHub in Markdown file, from the Markdown file, and dropping it in the comment section. And boom, it applies all the changes for you. Okay, the next one, the mappers. It's a super boring stuff that I've every time bored from. So, and yeah, I already have a domain model that is essentially like mirrored by the network response, pretty much the same. And I put on the bottom the comment section, create mapper to map my response to the domain model. Then I just try to describe the class by start typing the class. And it's create the top level function and even like functions for nested hierarchy as well, as you can see here. And it even puts the nullability because it's a large code base like tool, which is like learned in the large code base before. And it means that Open Weather API has something that is nullable. And it's super useful for you that you already have this knowledge and you will have one less null pointer exception. And you could see here, it's even created the extension function for all the nested hierarchy data class that you could apply the mapping, not only for top level model, but also you could apply the mapping for something that is nested inside. That's super cool. Okay, the third one is utility functions. It's not that huge in perspective of the, if you compare previous items, it's just a small useful thing that you have to know about. And if I want to create some utility function, let's imagine for Kotlin flow, coroutines flow, I want to filter all nullable objects that comes through the chain. So what I have to do, I need just to start writing the function, utility function, just typing, return type, that is the extension function. I need to define generic type, that is type T, and start typing the name of the function. And here we go. So we get the function that you just need to import the filter function, and that's it. It works in, of course, more complicated cases, but it's a simple one that you could simplify your life by just start typing function name. It tries to figure out what do you actually want to have. If it's done, not something that you're looking for, you could put something different in your name or add some parameters in your function, and it will try to understand the context, what you actually need to generate for you. And the fourth one, as I said, the regular expression. Do you remember that I say that I want to define something in Hilt graph, but I don't know in advance what is it? And product manager said me, we need to validate locally the city and the country code in our new weather app in the edit text field. And I need to create some pattern matching stuff. I mean, not a pattern, regular expression matching stuff. Okay, what do I have to do? I need to create the comment section one more time and define that I want to generate city, country code with format such as this, and it also tries to prepend the example. And yeah, I break the line and I'm getting the whole function. Let's check the regular expression. Probably it works. Yeah, it works. So yeah, and you may ask me, that is not all the outputs super cool. I mean, some of the outputs not the best quality, and how I could improve the GitHub Copilot outputs to have it more efficient. And here's the answer. First, you need to try to give more context in your command prompt. If it generates something that is not that you're looking for, probably you not described it well. Or try to change, try to juggle with your words that you're trying to describe. And most likely it will help. The second one, write method signature with the proper name of the function. What does it mean? The whole method signature should have meaningful name, not only A, B, my function, or something like this, but meaningful name and input parameters and output parameter as well. I mean, return type. And it probably will help to have something better that you're getting. The third one, use tool window, which goes the variants, generating variants to have multiple outputs. What does it mean? It's not only, as I said, after suggestion tool, but it also gives you some, inside the IDE plugin, gives you ability to open some dedicated window that has a list of the results that it tries to generate. It's every time unique. You could go through all of them and check. Let's try it out. So I have this function, extension function with I want to describe retry. And I'm not super satisfied with that function. I'm opening at the top right corner the GitHub Copilot tab, and I press the button generate. And it's trying to retrieve the completions. You need to wait a bit, and yeah, it's provide you multiple ones. Some of them good, some of them are bad. Something that is even tries to generate the whole bunch of the utility function for the Kotlin flow, not only for retries. I was surprised that this tries to, from somewhere, find some 10, maybe dozen of the functions that I don't want to have to, but it's also gives you some of the inspiration. That's all about the cases, and I wanted to tell you something about the issues and all the limitations that comes through using the Copilot. First of all, it's actually from time to time gives you totally bullshitty outputs with a total 100% confidence. And it's even looks super good. It looks decent, but it's not working at all. The second one is misinterpretation of the prompts. It means that you somehow describe it in not that way you wanted to achieve. And as I said previously in the previous slides, please try to do something with your description. It will probably help. But yeah, sometimes even you have described something clearly multiple times with the generation of the data class for network response in my experience in the past. I'm trying to add, and generate the camel case property names for your data classes. And it's totally ignored and generates the, not camel case, but all the names with the underscores. And yeah, in one of the demo in the previous conferences, I faced with the situation that I wanted to show the demo, and it's totally failed with that in that part. And third one, sometimes provides you only line-by-line suggestions. What does it mean? I don't know how does it work, but if you describe some class, what should it do, and you put the break of the line, and it does nothing. It literally does nothing. You need to break line one more time, and it tries to generate the output line by line only, not whole the class. Yeah, it sometimes happen. And yeah, as I said to you, like what I would say about all these confidence that AI tools tries to generate for you, if you're asking even the modern generative AI tools to have some exotic recipes, it will answer you, yes, sure, I will like provide you a recipe that is more appropriate for you. So what does it mean? It means that please take care of your outputs, and you need to validate all the time during your job. Okay, and also, what's the limitations? Yep. The limitations, it handles only current on or recently opened files. It means that it's not tries to cover all of your project context. It also tries to understand what's the last recently used or even opened file you jump through. And based on that, it tries to understand what most appropriate content you need to give. And yeah, from time to time, it's lacking of the choosing of the correct algorithm. It means that instead of using some tail recursion, it will just provide you just a freaking recursion, and even if though you provide correct name in your function or even the comment. Yeah, take care of it. The third one, it's sometimes inefficient in the rare algorithm or APIs or even languages, because as I said, it's a large language model. It means that it tries to train on the large amount of the data. If it's enough data to give you a good result, it means that there is a large source that it tries to train from. But for some of the corner cases, I have from time to time jump into the Rust language, and some of the exotic frameworks that is, like only a couple hundred stars on the GitHub. It's from time to time generates something that looks really good, but it's totally red around because there is no even method names that exist. And yeah, if there is no enough data to train, it will try to hallucinate in the way that is not good for you. And yeah, it also one important thing that it's totally dependent on persistent internet connection. The problem is that 2 weeks ago, I traveled like 10 hours flight in San Francisco, and I feel that I have no hands even, there is no internet, there is no after completion, smart after completion that I'm used for. And yeah, I'm 10 hours about writing and typing everything myself. It's not a problem, but yeah, just keep in mind that it relies on the internet connection, and they don't deliver and not shipping the whole model to generate the outputs from locally in your plugin. And it also doesn't help with the high-level abstraction architecture. Please don't try to ask any of the AI to solve the architecture problem in your app, because probably and most likely it's not a healthy approach. Because if something happened in your app or you wanted to solve some problem, please write some of the responsive sources instead of using the AI tool. Mostly, AI tool is about to generate something lightweight for you. And yeah, about the last one, but not the least, AI ethics. It's a topic about the intellectual property. What's the problem here we get? Let's begin with major concern. It's intellectual property. Who owns the generated code? It's a good question, because this model was trained on the large amount of the data in internet, across all the internet. And there is no proof that this code is original 100%, right? The second one is a transparency of AI tools, essentially, because how does Copilot comes up with the suggestions? How it's trying to see inside the black box? It's like trying to see inside the black box, right? Sometimes you just have to trust, and that's why I wanted to say you one more time. Please validate the outputs, because it looks prominent, but no, it's sometimes just doesn't work. The third one, like some of the people here in that room already raised the hand about they kind of scared about displacement, job displacement concerns, right? And yeah, probably it's not happen, in my opinion, soon. But yeah, like at least you could see that it's like some of the junior developer already tries to work with you, like next to you, which is Copilot, and tries to solve your daily routine problems. And yeah, it's also bias of AI systems. And one of the problems is that if large training model code base was biased at some way, some of the patterns, bad patterns that majority of the developers applies in their code, it will also apply to your code. Just be aware about this. And last, it's output quality issues. As I said, if you're facing with some quality issues output in the Copilot, please provide like a bit better description, and it will be probably will be solved. Yeah, and we getting the 6, and means it's conclusions. So in essence, AI won't take over the world so far, because like it's only able to solve your basic problems, as I said, and get rid of your daily routine instead of like describing some architecture patterns. I mean, writing it instead of you. Yeah, and it's good for small snippets and bad for the big ones, because if you have a lot of text in your prompt comment section on top, probably it will ignore some of the condition parts. Just one of the solution, it's to split the code into multiple methods, but probably you don't need to have such a big description with a lot of like, you know, if something. And the third one, it's nice to kicking off the new projects and all the API languages and so, because you're learning faster. You could gain the better, or not better, but faster result at least. Better means that you need to pre-validate on the way, just in time. But you could learn something faster. In my opinion, in my experience, I'm learning faster than before. And the last one, it's not ideal with the rare algorithms and all the API and languages. So that was it from my side. Thank you. And here is a sample project that I generated with the open weather API. And yeah, thank you so much.